I had some good times. But if I was to look at the two, the beginning and the end, there was more bad times than good. And I couldn't stop. And it turned on me and I couldn't. You know, it was like the only time I could ever stay stopped if I was locked up. No, I should say stopped. That's the only time I could stop. And I remember making promises to myself. It's time to turn your life around. And then I get out of jail. And before I knew it, I was back on the races. And some people, you know, you're just weak. You know, I don't know. I mean, I've done some pretty interesting things in my life. I wouldn't call it weak. But we're talking about accomplishments. We're talking about drugs and alcohol. Well, you made the decision to pick up. Or, don't try to use that it's a disease excuse. No, I don't. I don't claim any of that. All I have is my truth. And my truth is I couldn't stay stopped. The consequences never kept me from picking up. You know? I lost my power of choice. That's what I'm trying to say. No, I'm not a victim at all. Mama, daddy, the universe, nobody put a bottle or a pipe or a needle in me. I made those decisions and I own them 100%. I'm 100% accountable for my actions. But I couldn't stop. And I hated myself, what I had become. I became what I did not want to become. And I always remember, ever since my teenage years, tinkering with the idea of what would it like to be sober, which is of soundness of mind. What would that truly be like? You know, that thought, it terrified me. But it was either live or die. And the only way I was going to live is if I learned a way to put that stuff down, which was killing me, or continue using and die. That's what it came from me. I don't know about anybody else, but that's my truth. You want to live or you want to die. And to tell you the truth, on March 21st, 2006, I wasn't quite sure. I was at that crossroads they talk about, a jumping off place. Can't live with it, can't live without it. I tip my hats to people that can control their stuff, but I can't. You know, and I don't need a doctor to tell me that, and I don't need a forum or I don't need anybody to tell me that. I know that because that's my experience. Now, I don't know about you or anybody else, but for me, the only way I could stay stopped, I had to learn to live a different way of life. And I found that in the rooms. I found that in recovery. And no, I didn't go to treatment, you know. I had to sober up the old school way.
Yeah, dude. No, that's respect, dude. This time around I did too, but I wasn't.
You know, and I ain't knocking treatment centers, but let's face it, man. Treatment centers are a business. And I get it.
Totally.
Supply and demand. That's all they're doing. They're just, you know, they are what they are. But I don't come from treatment culture.
Yeah.
I come from the rooms. I come from where old dudes told you, if you want what we have, you do what we do.
Yeah.
And if not, there's the door.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't there to coddle me or comfort me. They're there. Look, man, here's the deal. You want to do it or not? And my first thought was, screw all y'all. You know, but they gave me that tough love. They didn't co-sign my BS. They just said, man, if you want what we have, you do what we do.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of those guys came in when they were 50, 60 years old. You know, I was in my 20s when I first came in.
Yeah, dude.
And they were like, look, man, just stay. Don't go through what we went through. You don't have to. It always blows my mind to see a kid, 18 to 20 years old, come in and get it.
Yeah.
And stay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, do it.
Yeah.
You have no idea what lays ahead of you, man. You have possibilities now. But here's the reality. The reality is that I'm not cured. I have to take action on a daily basis. And if I want to stay clean and sober for the rest of my life, there's things that I have to do in order for that to happen. And I don't take credit for my sobriety. I call that grace. And I don't consider myself a religious person. You know, I don't understand the universe. You know, I really don't. I don't understand why good people die. I don't understand why there's wars in the Middle East still. You know, I mean, we could sit there and get all debatable about it. But, you know, humans, man, we're animals, man. We killing each other. We talk all this. You know, sometimes it seems like principles and values are a joke in the world we live in today. But we're all we got. You know, understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
To how we going to live it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to say earlier. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what the next person needs. You know, it's not about proving I'm right. You know, I have to look for guidance myself through spiritual practices and through people that I consider mentors, you know. But back to addiction, you know, I have a friend, man. I used to get high with him, man. And I remember I got high with him a couple times. And he was like, man, dude, I'm going to go home. I'm tired. I was like, what? We got all this stuff, man. I'm going to go get some more. He's like, no, man, I'm going home. I'm tired. God, I was like, you're crazy. We're just getting started, you know. He got a DWI. He quit drinking. He just quit drinking. He smokes some herb now.
Yeah.
Every now and then, he'll smoke some herb, you know, get creative. He's an artist type. See, I'm not him. If I drink, I can't stop. If I smoke herb, I drink. And if I drink, I go do other things.
Man,
He doesn't have an addictive personality. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So to all those that want to, addiction's a myth. Whatever, man. All I know is it's, you know, I've been clean for 12 years. And I'm grateful for that. And it doesn't mean I buy everything that is in the rooms, because I don't. But I know that when I take those actions that are outlined in those steps, my life is worth living. And I'm not going to argue with that. And I owe my life to that program and the universe. Because I was a statistic. I tried to overdose intentionally. I gave up on life. And that was on me. But like I said earlier, something bigger than me stepped in and said, nah, I ain't ready. Ain't ready yet. It's not your time to go yet. You know. And sometimes I've thought to myself, what if this really is the biggest joke that I'm playing on myself?
Yeah, right.
But you know what? It's a damn good joke. You know what I mean?
Totally, man.
So I don't care about the haters
Yeah,
and the doubters and the
Yeah.
naysayers. They can keep hating all they want.
Yeah.
But I know for 12 years I've had a life worth living.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
today I want to live.
Yeah.
See, I didn't want to live on May 21st.
Yeah.
I wanted to die. And I was never the suicidal type. But yet there I was. And there's that old saying, yet, which also stands for you eventually too. And I hope nobody ever goes through what I went through.